On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
Hello from Toronto, and happy October 3rd if you are celebrating. I'm assuming if you clicked on this video, you are absolutely celebrating, and that's why we are here. We are here to check out some filming locations from Mean Girls all over Toronto. Oh, this lighting is way better. It is a Sunday. I'm filming this a day early for October 3rd so that I can get to the school and kind of check it out without students here. So fingers crossed we are going to be able to see all the locations that I want to see. So let's get to it.
And hello, high school. I'll be careful.
Obviously this is North Shore High. This, you can definitely pick out the details here on the roof. First time you see the school is when Cady's parents drop her off. They're actually standing across the street. I'll show you that. You can also see the school in a bunch of other scenes where they're sitting in the grass, a lot of other establishing shots, but very cool. Here we are at North Shore. So the first filming location we're going to talk about is where Regina is hit by a bus.
Regina, wait, I didn't mean for that to happen.
This being the entrance of the school, this is where they're having their argument. They're running out.
To find out that everyone hates me, I don't care.
This is where she goes, do you know what people say about you?
Do you know what everyone says about you?
That happens here. She is standing beside that telephone booth, and then where that white car is where Regina's mom is standing, waiting on the phone. In the background behind Lindsay Lohan's head, you can see a bridge. That bridge is here. Lindsay is walking here. Regina is standing there, and that's where she gets hit by the bus.
You're Heron!
And that's how Regina George died.
Okay, I am totally understanding why they filmed at this high school. This field and track is infinitely better than what my high school looked like. We are heading to where the back building was that Janice and Damon take, I was gonna say Elwoods, oh my god, take Cady Heron. So we're gonna go try and sit where they were sitting, but yeah, there it is, there's the school. I feel like this view of the school is almost more iconic than the front view of the school because the whole intro scene of these are the plastics, that takes place here on this field.
Where are the plastics?
This is definitely where they come out from because you can see the edge of that part of the building.
You're taking 12th grade calculus?
Yeah, I like math.
And then they sit, I think it's here. So let me turn this around. This might be it. It's the only part of this area that has a distinctive slope. So it would make sense that this area would be it here. And that would also make sense in terms of the angle that you see the plastics come out from as well. Even though the greenery I think is a little bit off, it has to be here. So walking in the footsteps of Lindsay Lohan. It also looks like somebody had a little bonfire here or something. Those Etobicoke kids, they party hard, what can I say? At the end of the movie, when the new plastics come out, you can definitely see them walking down past here.
Check it out, Junior Plastics.
This telephone post here is very clear in the movie. Cady and her friends are sitting underneath a tree. That tree unfortunately is gone, but was definitely standing here where this sign was. Lindsay Lohan crosses across this path and sits down here.
I had gone from homeschool jungle freak to shiny plastic to most hated person in the world to actual human being.
Hey.
Obviously this tree no longer exists, but this is the spot. Okay, I think I've spent enough time at the school. This is obviously the big #1 filming location I really wanted to see. I would definitely say the most famous filming location from Mean Girls is Regina's house. The rest of these I hope are fun bonus ones for you that you didn't know and that you're able to come and check out. Okay, on to the next.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
We are here at Wow, my hair looks atrocious. So we are here at our next location at Sherway Gardens. Since Mean Girls was filmed, they pretty much have redone this entire mall. We are here in the center atrium. This is where they had that jungle scene where they were at the watering hole. There was a big fountain here.
Being at Old Orchard Mall kind of reminded me of being home in Africa, by the watering hole, and the animals are in heat.
There is obviously no fountain there, but you know if there used to be one? So I've just consulted my assistant. She said that the fountain used to be there. Since it's been redone, it's hard to tell, but you can definitely pick out the columns, even though the columns have been redone, the railings have all been redone, but a lot of the infrastructure of the mall obviously still remains the same. Still pretty cool that it's filmed in our local mall, but a lot of it is obviously gone now. This here used to be the entrance to the food court before they started putting in all the high-end stores.
You
you're not gonna call him, right?
Do you think I'm an idiot?
So along here is where Cady and the Mean Girls are walking.
No. You cannot do that. That is social suicide.
Regina is walking down this way when she's on the phone about Planned Parenthood because you can see the Banana Republic behind her head. This Banana Republic has always been in the same location for as long as I've been to this mall, from even when I used to work at this mall. They're walking around the mall. Janice's store that she worked at was actually filmed at the Fruits and Passions that used to be here. So, Sherway Gardens, on to the next. Let me turn down my podcast. It is about a 40-minute drive from Sherway Gardens to our next house. I was going to do Regina's house first. I think I'm going to do Cady's house because like the way that the map, it just makes more sense to do this. So enjoy this driving montage. There are so many banners advertising the Mean Girls musical. I already have tickets for it, so if you're interested in my review, stay tuned. I'll be there. Who says Toronto doesn't have beaches? We are so, you can kind of see the sun setting behind me. We are so rushing against the clock here. So I've got 45 minutes to see the next two locations and the traffic. I'm getting hooked up. Spider-Man, is that you? In the flesh?
Aaron Samuels was going to be in my house at my party. Everything had to be perfect.
Yeah, this neighborhood definitely feels very Cady. When we get to the Regina neighborhood, you will definitely see quite the difference in house type. We are here, we are on Balsam Street, which is Cady Herring's house. Something I wanted to say just before I kind of walk over to the front. These are people's residences. Please don't disrupt them if you're coming to these locations. Don't go on their property. Don't get in their way. Cool to see. It is a bit of like film history, and obviously if you're watching this video, you are obsessed with this kind of stuff too. So I just wanted to do a little disclaimer before we go and see the houses. Like, it's one thing to go see buildings that they film at, but it's a completely other thing to go and like disrupt where someone lives. So let's take a look.
Hey, how's your first day?
Something that I love when I come to these filming locations is you can always tell a house that's good for filming because it's usually like at the end of like a cul-de-sac or on like a more secluded street. This is her house here. The amount of trees confuse me compared to like the reference image I'm using. They definitely filmed the house from like this angle because you can see like the kink in this tree. This is definitely where she is standing when she comes out in like the pink and the black dress, because you can see like the edge of like this post and the wires that cross it.
Call me.
The landscaping for the house has been completely redone since the movie. Makes sense, it was like 2 decades ago. And then where Damon and Janice come down in the car is right here.
You dirty little liar.
You can pick out, let me see, the entryway here of this house, then in front of Cady's house.
Curfew 1 a.m. It is now 1:10.
There it is. Very cool. The Regina house, which is next, is kind of the big filming location that a lot of people go to see because that area itself is so famous. So we are going to head over there next, and that will be our last spot on today's Mean Girls tour.
That's what I had to do. Suck all the poison out of my life. I started with Regina, who is living proof that the more people are scared of you, the more flowers you get.
Okay. I am going to talk a little bit about the house before we get up there. Regina's house is located on the Bridle Path. The Bridle Path is a very famous area north of Toronto that is really well known for like celebrities having houses there. Specifically the street, the Bridle Path, and then the streets around it are like mega mansions in Toronto. So Drake lives there, Prince used to have a house there, a whole bunch of famous people that like have a house in Toronto that looks like this giant mansion. It's usually on the Bridle Path, unless you're Elton John, who this week it made news, he just bought a condo downtown Toronto. Anyways, I won't get off topic. Regina's house is in this area. Her house was also used as the filming location for Cameron's house in Twitches and Twitches 2. If you were a Twitches fan, we are in Halloween season. That movie was also filmed in Toronto. The whole like castle part of Twitches is filmed at Castle Loma, the Toronto castle. One of the other houses that is on the bridle path that is very, very famous. If you're a fan of Mean Girls, I'm assuming you are a fan of the Mary-Kate and Ashley classic It Takes Two. The Calloway house is actually a few doors down from the Mean Girl house.
In 300 meters, turn left.
Gotta be getting close if we're turning on Lawrence already. This is the bridle path. Welcome. This road itself is known for just being so bougie, but it almost feels secluded, like the grandeur of the road. You can't even really tell it's meant to be like super grand until you hit one of these types of houses, and then you're like, oh yeah, right, this is nuts. Just for you guys to get a sense of where we are now, you can't even see the houses here because they're so pushed back from the road. Like, you just saw a gate, you can kind of see a house through. Like, this is the other side of the gate, so that's all one house. Here it is. So I took off my little selfie stick to make it seem a little bit less sketchy and a little bit more like I am just a real estate agent. So when I got home, of course, I looked up this listing. The Regina house is being sold for $27 million, which is actually very comparable to other houses in this area. In the movie, just the exterior was used for Regina's house, so the interior pictures from the listing obviously don't match up with the movie, but still very cool that this is Regina's house. So this is obviously the house with the fountain. Regina pulls up in front of those columns there. She's like standing in front of there where Cady goes.
Your house is really nice.
I know, right?
And like I said, this is the same filming location for Twitches. I'm so glad that we made it just in time. I don't know if you can kind of see, but like the sun is literally setting as we are here. Okay, so that is gonna be a wrap on today's Mean Girl video. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. I hope you had as much fun as I did checking out all of these Mean Girls filming locations. If you like this style of video, definitely follow along. I have a whole bunch of filming location vlogs from my 2-month trip in London that I literally have not edited yet. London filming locations, I've got Disneyland Paris vlog. I just went to D23. I didn't vlog very much there, but I've got a whole bunch of footage up on both TikTok and Instagram if you're interested in that, and my actual blog, which is what people usually know me from. So I hope you had a good time. I really had a fun time making this, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye!
And none for Gretchen Wieners. Bye.